Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead. It seems you have obtained information regarding the false sovereign. Captain Branch will be eager to hear of it, I'm sure. Shall we report this development to Captain Branch? Certainly, Master. I can take you to this individual. A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way. The person we're here to meet is nowhere to be seen. Shall we come back later? I'm not sure we're making any progress here. We might want to remind ourselves of the particulars of our task. We must rest. Though the sun is... In another world, a bold and mighty warrior was the pillar of our party. I'd gladly assume the same role myself.
Up we get. We can expect a busy night.
Shall we check our packs and be off? Ready to forge on?
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. Aught shall change once we have attended the coronation. If your Majesty has any unfinished business to attend to, 'tis best you do so before we depart. Very well. Pray inform me when your preparations are complete. Is there aught else you would speak of, Your Majesty? Well, well. He is merely Disa's puppet, then. 'Tis likely that he knows naught of her schemes. Even were he to be removed, I suspect some other would simply be made to take his place. But if there's aught that compels my attention, 'tis this other man you mention. Phasus, was it? He seems a man of import, and yet I have never heard of him. Pray, allow me to investigate this matter further. You've done well, Your Majesty. Thank
Queen Regent Disa appears to be working in concert with this Phasus fellow. But what precisely is their aim? I'm not sure what we're dealing with here.
Here we are.
A crime committed here will see one confined to jail. I've heard that jailers are paid a pittance, despite the hardships of their work. Then a bribe might avail us, should the time come.
Oh dear, what am I to do?
Shall we get some rest then?
Good morrow, everyone.
I've got something for you. Yeah? What is it?
How are we to fight with such worn out gear?
If it were up to me, I might as well not be here at all.
A mug of ale is just what I need. Now here's a well.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
Fewer monsters are to be found in the main road.
This ox cart's bound for Melv. I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
There's a ladder here. We ought to put it to good use.
Let's not be hasty now.
Douse the flame before it is too late. Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements. My curative magics are at your disposal. Hold right there. I knew it would prevail against them. Fight on, and victory shall be ours.
The result comes.
This ox cart's bound for Mel.
That's enough.
You impudent little.
Everyone, get yourselves to safety!
You go with them. I'll sell that thing myself. Then you will share my destiny and my hunger.
Thank you, Master. I only hope
Show yourself! 'Twas a lesson in determination. I didn't think you'd return, let alone during my hour of need. My thanks. You have my gratitude as well, sir.
Ulrika, glad I am to see you unharmed. You must return to the village. Everyone is concerned for you.
Forgive me. I'd best go. But I shan't forget this. Thank you. Truly.
That wasn't the dragon, but a poor imitation of it. No wonder I feel so hollow. Sigurd, you're the current Arisen, aren't you? I pray you do not walk the same path as I have. 'Tis a style all my own. A patchwork of techniques, honed for the sole purpose of slaying the dragon. That wasn't the dragon, but a poor imitation of it. 'Tis a style all a patchwork of techniques.
Let me get that. Another day over.
What am I to do? He really ought to have returned.
This might be worth a read.
Shall we take a closer look?
Well met, sir. How might I be of...
Always a pleasure.
Well met, sir.
No purchases to be made today, I see. I just hope the shopkeep understands. The Arisen is ever prudent in the application of coin. Master, my heart knows no greater peace than when I'm by your side.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Might I be of assistance?
Allow me.
He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhap 'tis time I went looking for him. That place puts my...
Here at the inn, I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage both roles myself. But enough about me. Did you need something?
Do come again.
This is generally used as a material. I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
You really ought to have returned by now. Mayhap 'tis time I went looking for it. That place puts my hairs up. Yet if aught were to befall it, I couldn't live with myself.
It's been a hard day.
See what I can find. What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhap 'tis time I went looking for him.
Might I interest you in my humble wares? Much obliged, sir.
Aught I can do for you?
Tis a blessing to find myself so busy.
We're saved. I haven't the words to thank you. I doubt we would have pulled through if not for you. I've a modest talent for spotting materials that can be used to enhance your equipment. We're saved. I haven't the words to thank you. I doubt we would have pulled through if not for you.
Always a fresh
We're
What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhap 'tis time I went.
we're
That wasn't the dragon, but a poor imitation of it. No wonder I feel so hollow. Sigurd, you're the current arisen, aren't you? Sigurd, you're the current arisen. It is a style, a patchwork of techniques.
Wasn't sure we'd survive that, but here we are. My thanks for your efforts.
It's this way.
dare say I could forget all my troubles here. 'Tis rather peaceful here, isn't it? I'll take the peace and quiet over a horde of enemies any day.
It's been a hard day.
Quiet at last.
Soon as my ship's done, I'm off to the tavern.
Mayhap I'll buy myself a new sword next time.
Lots to do.
Wonder how long this job takes.
Wasn't sure we'd
This ox cart's bound for... I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
A firm resolve has taken root in my heart since we met. I may be past my prime as a fighter, but I can still teach. And if anyone can master this technique, 'tis you. Go on, humor an old man.
We have reached our destination.
Mayhap we can employ a cart for our next journey.
All I've got left in my 80 days. Not sure why I patrol it, if I'm honest.
A good sleep will ensure we are prepared. Open your eyes, everyone. 'Tis dark out. But out. But day begins.
Shall we check our packs and be off?
Feeling rested, I trust? Come to think of it, was there not another task we were to see to somewhere nearby? We shall have to decide which is the most pressing. We cannot do everything at once.
He thinks this will be of interest to Captain Brandt. Shall we go inform him? Over here, if you please.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim. Aught shall change once we have attended the coronation. If your Majesty has any unfinished business to attend to, 'tis best you do so. Very well. Is there aught else you would speak of, Your Majesty, do not forget that we work to serve. There is much we ought to tend to, or shall change if Your Majesty has any unfinished. Very well. The coronation is to take place on the morrow. We shall depart early in the morn, so Your Majesty would do well to get a good night's rest.
Master, pray leave this place. My body, it refuses to obey me. There is a voice within my mind. It commands me, sways my very will.
Sways your will? Could it be that the gods sway? We must quit this place, Your Majesty. I fear our plans may fall to naught. Let us return to the tavern. We've been had. The false sovereign commanded the pawns at the coronation, proving his own powers arisen. According to Regent King Sven, the pretender was wearing some sort of lavish necklace at the time. I imagine this artifact is the Godsway mentioned in that letter. Perchance 'tis a tool that grants power akin to that of the true Arisen. 'Twould do much to explain the events that we have beheld afore now. Alas, unless we find some way to unmake this Godsway's power, proving Your Majesty's legitimacy shall be difficult indeed. Pray, allow me time to search for a way forward. I shall inform Your Majesty when I have prepared a plan of action.
Never could I have imagined such an outcome. What manner of artifact is this Godsway? I suppose 'tis pointless to ponder. Let us await the results of Captain Grant's investigation. Right you are.
Seeing the captain always makes me nervous.
Will someone do aught about this?
Just yonder. Looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
No harm in picking a few. treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
Isn't commonly rare, this. I look forward to informing my own master of its finding when I return beyond the rift.
Only person I believe in is myself. We shall await you here, Master.
Airy eyes all round.
The sky always
Seems my humming would be...
You know, many of our patrons wish to take me for themselves. Yet there is something different about you. How curious. I lived a simpler life once. But one man changed all that. 'Tis no simple matter for a woman to make it this far on her lonesome. Yet after all this time, here I am. Here I am. 'Tis no simple matter. Here I... 'Tis no simple... Here I...
Lovely disposition.
A place to soothe the spirit. This is too much for me.
Just be sure you mind your manners. All you need?
I have been waiting for you, Arisen.
Not really cool ever happened here, anyhow.
Only person I believe in is myself.
Quite the predicament.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb. Ah, excellent find.
It's a thankless job, this.
There's comfort in the humdrum of daily life.
Shall we get some rest then? Good morrow, everyone. Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Feeling rested, I trust.
I'm sure I can handle this.
Shall we report this development to Captain Brandt?
Quite the predicament.
If that is your destination, we cannot follow. But know that your return is eagerly awaited.
market I go. That patron's eyeing me, I dare say. These bones can't be
My sincerest apologies. Lady Wilhelmina is attending to a patron at present. Lady Wilhelmina is attending...
Have you given the matter some more thought, Wilhelmina? I would have no other as my personal courtesan. I want you all to myself. When I imagine you in the arms of another, my heart feels apt to rend itself from my breast.
Allard, pray forgive me, but I think 'twould be best for you to leave. We can discuss this matter another time.
But why? We've only just...
I am attending to a burden that all women must bear. I trust I need not elaborate further. I did not take you for the voyeuristic type. Why don't you come in? You have my thanks. Had I not noticed your presence, I might have slain him there and then. 'Tis no jest. You see, everything I've done these past few years has been leading up to this. I am here to kill him. But I cannot simply end his life. Oh no. I must first expose his misdeeds. Only then will I allow myself to grant him the miserable end he deserves. Or so I'd sworn, but I've yet to find a single shred of evidence. Perhaps the time has come to surrender this crusade. You would lend me your aid. But I've done nary a thing to earn it. And recall that I've devoted years of my life to his pursuit, with naught to show for my troubles. If the proof I seek yet exists, 'twill not be so easily uncovered. I suppose there is truly naught I can do. Save deliver him a gruesome demise for all to behold, that is. Still, if you insist upon searching for evidence of his crimes, 3 days. I will give you 3 days to find what you seek. I shall wait patiently, though not with bated breath. I don't imagine. Still, I shan't grant.
There's no shame. Ought to set my nose to the ground.
There is aught to be said for peace and quiet.
Whatever am I to do?
Nice place, this. Wish life would slow down.
Minister Allard is a noble, yes? Do you know of anyone privy to the goings-on in the palace? A difficult choice indeed.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
I lack information pertinent to this task. Consider hiring a pawn better apprised of such matters.
A lonely place. Not without its charms.
No one will disturb me.
Do forgive me, but
Nice place, this. I'm in no hurry to leave. Where might I go to spend a few hours untroubled?
I've not much to offer you.
What are you doing in here? I don't recognize you. Guards, seize the intruder.
I only pray my watch finishes without incident. Would that all my days were so tranquil.
Mustn't let it burn.
Too quiet here for my liking.
Quite the predicament.
Beg pardon, sir, but might I have a moment of your time? I see a friend of mine hath an empty house, but no use for it. And I see you round the inn rather often. Understand me? 'Twouldn't come free, mind, but the price is a fair one, and you'd have a place to call your own. What say you? Well, you needn't decide this very moment. Come speak with me again once your mind's set. Will someone do aught about this?
There's a ladder here. We ought to put it to good use.
This armor's seen better days. I'm sure I can handle this. Quite sure.
Lot of arses round here with sticks lodged up 'em.
Naught of import ever happens here, anyhow.
It's been a hard day. Well met.
I've trained for this.
Not sure what they expect. I'm no cook, am I?
My bed.
Won't someone do aught about this? Won't someone do aught about...
This is generally used as a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Quite the predicament.
"'Tis here that I beg you to conduct yourself with care, and with a you are more than well.
I lack information pertinent to this task. Consider hiring a pawn better apprised of such matters.
Choice.
My curative magics are at your disposal. Wait a moment.
I don't know what to do.
Suppose I ought to earn my pay.
Must seem better days.
We must rest. The sun may have fallen, but the day is far from over. Shall we check our packs and be off?
A new day, a new perspective.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. To think that the proprietress of the Myrmecolian was plotting such a thing. Under normal circumstances, I would not overlook such a clear admission of murderous intent. But this is Allard we speak of. Of all the Queen Regent's sycophants, he possesses the greatest authority. His fall from grace would do much to further our cause. But where to find the evidence we seek? Perhaps the merchants he deals with possess aught that could serve us. Merchants with connections to Allard will reside in the merchant quarter, though they're not likely to divulge their secrets readily. Some piece of physical evidence would be far less easily refuted than mere testimony, I should think. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim. Do not forget that we work to...
Why, you there. Your presence is requested at the tavern this evening. Who's the one requesting? I didn't ask. 'Tis none of my concern. The fellow said aught about the usual place.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb. Ah, excellent find.
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to do not forget that we work to...
Interested in my wares? Well, I better get to work.
What delights might there be to find in town today?
Those new recruits could barely lift their swords. Townsmen.
Do stop and have a look. I've wares of every ilk. First impressions count for much. If you like, I can recommend you a new hairstyle or manner of face paint. I keep my prices as fair as I can afford. Much obliged, sir. Do stop and have a look. I've wares of every ilk.
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it?
Good day, sir. What might you be looking for?
Might as well take a look while you're here, eh?
A good sleep will ensure we are prepared for the morrow. Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Come. We've much to be getting on with.
Ready to forge on?
Interested in my wares?
I'm not risking my life for a
On me today.
They say the
sovereign was bathed in the dragon's fell, and yet he draws breath. What surer sign could there be that he is our ruler true? I do hope his majesty shall recover soon. Mayhap he'll walk among the people, that we might thank him for his deeds.
Let me alone, will ye? I'm a busy woman.
Here to ask or to me?
Aye, I'm well enough.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier. Walking everywhere is certainly tiring. Here to ask or...
Goblins, master!
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness. I grant you fire and flame. Use it well.
Victory to be proud of.
Tremendous work! Let us try for the same result with our next attack.
I shan't forget this slight. I keep my prices as fair as I can afford.
A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
Let them try and stop me.
Good day, sir. What might you be looking for?
That's one piece of evidence in hand. We might search for more, if you are so inclined, Master. Right you are.
Quite the predicament.
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients. Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
The sculptor's home is located in Back Batar.
Understood. I will await.
You're wasting your time talking to me. If anyone else shares my sorrows.
I've little enough gold to spend as 'tis.
What are you doing in here? I don't recognize you. Guards, seize the intruder.
I overheard some of the soldiers standing guard outside the palace discussing a curious rumor.
Regarding the Queen Regent and an important personage, you mean? Indeed. Some suppose there is more to her relationship with this Batali dignitary than is publicly known.
Very well. I shall return.
I must be vigilant. The townspeople depend on me. No one will disturb me.
Sometimes I wonder if what am I to do with myself all day?
This place always puts me at ease.
Nice place, this. I mean, now I've little enough gold to spend as 'tis.
Perhaps this will serve as evidence.
Sometimes I wonder if it's better off a hermit.
We shall remain here.
Nice place, this. I'm in no hurry to leave.
No sense dwelling on what others.
Even I know it. What's to be done about this?
So, you've returned. I confess, I thought you might not. I was ready to settle things myself. Well, did you find what you were looking for? Thank you. I can't believe you found this. All that remains is to end that man's life with my own hands. I've no other tasks for you. This partnership of ours has come to a close. Unless you intend to see this through till the end. You're a curious one, aren't you? But what's just as curious is that I can't bring myself to refuse you. All right, if you're offering your aid, then I'll gladly accept it. Come with me. Allard is in the room to the left. Go in and restrain him for me, would you? Never mind the mask. Consider it a charm of sorts. What are you? Quickly now. Once you've got him restrained, I'll handle the rest.
At last. It feels like an age has passed since... What is this? Who are you?
Don't let him escape.
I do not waste my time. You'd best watch yourself. Get your hands off me, you fiend! Don't you know who I am? Oh, you hang for this impudence!
Oh, Allard. I've always wanted to see you like this.
That voice... Wilhelmina! But why? Why would you...
Do you still fail to recall? Even with this mask staring you in the face. But I suppose for a man such as you, a little murder here or there is hardly worth remembering.
What mockery is this?
In your youth, you slew 2 individuals. The merchant whom you served, and his wife. They had a child, as I am sure you are aware. A newborn babe who was spirited away by her loyal wet nurse.
You mean to tell me you were their child? But how can this be? Your mother, she was a beastren. Surely her child would be one as well.
A fair assumption. But for better or worse, I didn't take after my mother. Save for in one respect. This is for my mother. And this is for my father. The time has come for all your sins to come to light, Allard.
Mr. Allard, has something happened?
We've been noticed. I suppose a scream that hideous was bound to attract some attention. We can't leave the way we came in. Fortunately, there's a window here. We've been noticed. I suppose a scream that hideous was bound to it. We can't leave the way we came in.
How everyone else thinks it. I'd love to get a patron with more coins.
Off to market I go.
We've been... I suppose a scream that hideous. We can't leave the way we...
You have done what you set out to do, I trust. Then come, Master. Let us quit this place.
I think 'twould be best for us to make our escape separately. Should we both make it out of this unfettered, let us meet at the Myrmecolion on the morrow. Till then, be well.
Let one talk.
Our master has given us an order. Surely you do not intend to disobey. We are none of us alike in vocation.
Our respective abilities are unique as well.
Let us utilize our individual strengths wherever possible.
A flock of harpies draws near! Magics. Wait right there. Let my magics grant you an elemental boon. Not get ahead of ourselves. The battle continues. Rally! Reinforcements have come to aid our foe.
Be sure to avoid confusion.
Forgive me for being a burden, Arisen. Take care where you place your feet. A sharp incline is as light to throw us off balance as 'tis our enemies.
ladder here?
We ought to put it to good use.
Greetings. You seek guide, you need only make a worthy offering in exchange. I have seen your path. You've my gratitude. I have seen your path. May these words guide you true. You've my gratitude. 'Tis lovely to see you.
Time to be heading up. Shake things up. Well,
You are in need of healing. Allow me. Wait right there. Shall we get some rest then? Good morrow, everyone. Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Feeling rested, I trust.
Ye have dreams. Well, placed.
Time to head to market, methinks.
Quite the predicament.
If that is your destination, we cannot follow. But know that your return is eagerly awaited. You have done what you set out to do, I trust. Then come, Master. Let us quit this place. By your leave.
Nice place, this. I'm in no hurry. I'm sure I could find a willing patron.
What was it I had planned for the morrow?
Myself drawn to quiet spots like this.
From me to bear what your
There's no shame in living life for its
This place
pleasures.
is very dreary. It makes it smell
Thank you. I finally achieved my purpose here, and I owe it all to you. 'Twould seem the residents of the palace have chosen to treat Allard's untimely passing as an accident. I imagine they deemed it safer not to make a fuss of the incident after perusing the evidence you uncovered for me. Shrewd as a den of foxes. I'll give them that. I truly cannot thank you enough. But just this once, I'll give you something special. I'll grant unto you the sweetest of dreams. I know not what I would do without you. You have my thanks, but 'tis time to say farewell for now. Just know that my bordlery will e'er be your haven, should you have need of it.
This is quite a quandary.
Might not one of the bandits in Vernwith's jail know of the methods employed by thieves and their ilk? Pray, allow me to show you the way.
You have my support.
I am the cream of the crop, after all. Many happy voices.
This is disgrace. Situation.
Crowns and politics are no concern of mine. I ought to find someone to buy me a drink. Best head tomorrow before it slips my mind.
Could have sworn I looked intent. No need to bear what younger shoulders have come.
Did quiet about. Best make haste, else I'll want this all night.
I should very much like to rejoin you, Master.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb. Ah, excellent find.
Greetings. You need only make a worthy offering. I have seen your path. May the... You've my gratitude. 'Tis lovely to see you.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
No harm in picking a few.
We have found a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Pray, follow me.
Nice place, this. I'm in no hurry to leave. Nice place, this. I'm in no hurry to leave.
We shall remain here.
What business have you here?
Oh, looking for the Jadeite orb, are you? Can't say I've seen it, or heard of it for that matter. Mind refreshing my memory? It's all coming back to me now. Which is to say, I've not a clue. But I can tell you what I'd do if I nicked a treasure like that. My first stop would be Ibrahim's scrap store. Got to be sure my price is the genuine article, eh? The scrap stores are in the Checkpoint Rest Town. Might be worth a look-see. What am I supposed to do?
Greetings, Master. Is this where you've been all this while? Do take care not to stray so far next time.
It seems Ibrahim's scrap store offers confidential appraisals of jewels and the like. Follow me, Master. I shall guide you to the location.
Right you are. We must rest, though the sun is still.
Open your eyes, everyone. It is dark out, but our day begins.
Shall we check our packs and be off? Feeling rested, I trust?
Methinks this will be of interest to Captain Brandt. Shall we go inform him?
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to regarding the matter of the Godsway. I fear there is naught to be done, save for your majesty to venture to Batal, where you might uncover the false sovereign's secrets directly. The sigil upon that letter from some days past bore the crest of the Batali Palace. Surely this ought to be found therein. Yet official dealings twixt Batal and Vermund are suspended. Passing through their fortress will prove a difficult task. With such hindrances in mind, I thought to prepare this. Pray, take it. Few may pass through Batal's fortress, save Beastren merchants. With some coin, I was able to convince one such merchant to grant us that entry permit. It ought guaranteed passage through the border checkpoint, but alas, 'tis intended for a Beastren. You shall have to act the part, but as to how that should be done, I'm ashamed to say I do not know. 'Twill depend upon your majesty's ingenuity.
Lots to do. Have a precious little time. Why is everyone always such a...
If we seek further knowledge of the Godsway, we ought to make for Batal.
You the Arisen? I've been looking for you. Sven wants to meet with you. Says he'll be waiting in his quarters.
Come, I'll lead the way.
Our destination is rather distant. Perhaps we ought to consider employing the services of an ox cart. A most agreeable suggestion. Of course, the Arisen shall have the final say in the matter.
Apologies.
Let's not be bothering me for no...
What do ye want?
Suppose I'm tired. Barely slept a wink. Too quiet here for my liking.
Those new recruits are prepared in their swords.
We shall await you here, Master.
Quiet at last.
I've got to focus. My shift's only just
does my watch have? Suppose I ought to earn my pay.
Boots laced, belt strapped. I'm ready for patrol. Sometimes I wonder if I'm cut out for this work.
Well, he's rooted in the soil of doubt.
Such quietude is a blessing.
I heard from Captain Brandt that you plan to make for Batal in order to continue your investigation. As for me, I've been looking into my mother's movements since last we met, and I happen upon this. 'Tis a letter she discarded, only half written. It seems to be addressed to someone called Phaesus. I passed an eye over it, though I failed to grasp its meaning, or what compelled her to throw it away. Here, I thought it best that you have it. Mayhap you could glean aught from it that I could not. And if you do, would you be so kind as to share it with me? That is only if you have the time to spare. I am in no position to make demands, of course. Glad I am to see you well. No progress as yet, then.
I must ask you to leave this place at once.
Not to look forward to, but a long day of work.
Might we not complete our delivery while we're here?
We need only pass our burden into the hands that await it. You have my support.
Few are as learned on the subject of the written word as Magistrate Waldar. Shall we show him the letter? Methinks I know where to find the person you're looking for. A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
My head hurts just thinking about it.
Oh, it's not right. It doesn't make any sort of sense. The doctor examined him afore and said he'd be better with a bit of medicine. Yet ever since he came here, he's only gotten worse.
I understand how you must feel, but you must see that your son's health continues to wane. There is no medicine that can heal him outright. He requires proper treatment. I am caring for him as best I can. I beg only for your patience. However, if you truly cannot entrust him to me, perhaps you would care to take him home with you instead. Mayhap convalescing in a place familiar to him would aid his recovery. Of course, I would be sure to visit him as oft as I am able.
Home, you say?
Dear, we are pressed enough as 'tis.
All right, he stays. But pray, bring my son back to health.
I will look after him. I swear it.
Over here, if you would.
Sir, ought you not be in... Ah, forgive me. You're not a patient, are you? 'Tis a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Eleanor. I have the privilege of serving as abbess here. I regret that I cannot offer you a cup of tea, but I'm in the middle of making my rounds of the patients. Not to mention, I have to find the means to procure more medicinal ingredients. Oh. You wouldn't happen to know someone willing to brave the roads, would you? I know 'tis perilous, but there is one ingredient in particular we cannot afford to run out of. You would procure it yourself. I am grateful beyond words, sir. In that case, might I trouble you to bring me some miasmite? The slums are a bane to the body's humors, and its residents are oft prone to illness. We do what we can with what little we have, but we're always short on helping hands. Your aid is most appreciated, sir. May your search prove fruitful.
Tell is, miasmite can be harvested from phantoms. Monsters that wander the world at night.
Yes, of course. I see it now.
Pray, keep your voice low.
Water is nigh invisible in this gloom. No few times has an overconfident step soaked my boots. Ah, yes. That sounds familiar.
Oh. What does this say?
Let's have a look then.
We have arrived.
What is it? Have you brought me something to sate my unquenchable thirst for knowledge? A book, perchance? Oh, a letter, is it? Let's see here. But know that tonight the moon shall again be shrouded in a veil of gossamer clouds, awaiting the return of the sun's warming glow. Well, well, I'd not thought Disa the capacity for such refinement. 'Tis a love letter of a sort. One that draws on ancient symbolism to convey its message. The moon represents a woman, the sun, a man. Put simply, what this letter means to communicate is, I miss you. Ha! A surprisingly saccharine sentiment coming from the Queen Regent. Would you not agree? I know not who this Phasus is, though 'tis safe to say that Disa is rather invested in him. What concerns me is this godsway mentioned in the first line. If we can take this letter at its word, and 'twas indeed granted to the Queen Regent, we can surmise that it must be something tangible, an object. As to what manner of object, however, I can only begin to guess, and I'm not one for pointless conjecture. I suspect someone of Batali heritage might be able to tell you more. With the aid of Sir Kendrick and his helper in locating certain documents, I believe I finally grasped the true nature of this place. 'Twas a royal library that was sealed off by a sovereign of some generations past. In a bid to pass the throne on to his own descendants, this sovereign attempted to consign our kingdom's histories to oblivion. Alas, 'twould seem that, no matter the age, the avarice of those in power is all but guaranteed. Yet 'tis clear it serves them not, almost laughably so. The sovereign's line ultimately fell to ruin, and now this library, so laboriously sealed, has been discovered. What can we learn from this? Those who make light of history are doomed to be crushed under its heel. Fine timing, sir. My time in that tenebrous jail has only hastened the deterioration of my eyesight. I stare at the page, but the letters stubbornly refuse to take shape. Yet these old eyes might serve some use if only I could wear the spectacles I had specially made. Alas, they were confiscated at the time of my imprisonment. As I recall, prisoners' possessions are held within the palace storeroom. 'Tis a place to which few have lawful access, as I'm sure you can imagine. Though, as I hear it, masquerades are being held of late. Masquerades with a great many attendees, if you catch my meaning. Should you happen to enter the venue, mayhap you would find an opportunity to liberate my poor spectacles. What say you? Would you consider doing an old man a favor? I am in your debt. With those spectacles in hand, I might actually get through one of my tomes. Pray, infiltrate the venue and find the storeroom. You are my only hope.
To charge ahead may be to rush headlong into danger. Let us take care to move as one. Oh, 'twas but a trick of the light.
I must confess I'd not yet I'm far more intrigued.
don't know what to do.
When does my watch end?
I've just had a thought. The pain I experienced at the coronation was beyond imagining. We must needs uncover this secret power that allows for the command of pawns.
There's a ladder here.
We ought to put it to good use.
Time to be heading. I've more time than I know how to spend.
Would that all my days were so
If that is your destination, we cannot follow. But know that your return is eagerly awaited.
What to look forward to, but a long day of work.
I'm sure I can handle this. Quite sure.
Though I cannot be sure how 'twill aid us, I do believe there is more to that letter than we yet understand. And should you learn something, would you be so kind as to share it with me?
Sometimes I wonder if I'm high.
When does my watch end?
Even the best of us has his limits, I suppose.
Can't stomach places like this.
Even the best of us has its limits.
Delightful breeze.
Welcome respite from all that hustle and bustle. All this walking made my legs ache.
I'm in trouble.
Stay here with it.
I ought to have chosen an easier path in life. Is there nary a chance to make a fresh acquaintance?
My sword arm could use some work.
I like to come here when I'm... So many happy voices. What is life? Idleness is...
My sword arm could use some work.
Might as well make merry while the wine flows. Best make haste. What is
I only pray my watch finishes
Cannot
without
afford
incident.
another night of cavorting.
I suppose I ought to try to make a little merry.
Nice place, this. I'm in no hurry to leave.
My sword arm could use some work. Such quietude.
I meant for fairer things than this.
Work done graciously. Work done.
I've little enough gold to spend as things.
Mayhap I ought to have chosen an easier path in life.
I cannot
My sword arm could use some
Find
work.
somebody to buy me a drink. Almost nodded off for a moment there.
Is there nary a chance to make a
Such quiet is a blessing. I only pray my watch finishes without incident.
Even the best of us has its limits, I suppose.
Couldn't hurt but suppose I ought to earn my pay.
At last we've arrived.
Leave off!
Ah, I see you found the spectacles. Shall we deliver them to their rightful owner, Magistrate Waldar? Methinks I know where to find the person you're looking for.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged. There's a ladder here.
We ought to put it to good use.
My head hurts just thinking about it.
Materials, eh? I shan't deny. They have their uses.
We've arrived, just as planned.
Ah, you've returned. Oh, my spectacles. Well done, sir. With these, I shall have no need to fear any letters, be they small or faintly scrawled. I shall learn aught I can, that the day might come when I can repay this debt I owe you. Many, many thanks. Take this as a token of my gratitude. I must confess I'd not thought Disa capable of such flowery language. Yet I'm far more intrigued by this godsway. 'Tis rare enough that I encounter a word I'm unfamiliar with. Perhaps 'tis of Batali origin. Hmm?
Have you a different destination in mind, Master? Very well. I shall follow your lead instead.
The Arisen decides our path. We have but to follow.
My head hurts just thinking about it.
If I could... Greetings. You need only make a worthy... I have seen your path. You've my gratitude. 'Tis lovely to see you.
A crime committed here will see one confined to jail.
I've heard that jailers are paid a pittance, despite the hardships of their work. Then a bribe might avail us, should the time come. A good sleep will ensure we're...
I trust we've all inspected our equipment.
Come, we've much to be getting on with. Ready to forge on?
Here's hoping there'll be no trouble.
My bed calls. This ox cart's bound for... I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
Ox carts make for relatively safer travel. Fewer monsters are to be found on the main road, though carts travel only by the sun's light.
Well met. Pleasure doing business with you.
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
Gold is a resource best spent judiciously.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb. Ah, excellent find.
Would you? I regret to say I've little knowledge of Batal.
Splendid!
Look at you. You've become quite the seasoned adventurer. Go where'er your quest calls you. You're welcome to stay.
Fancy a look at my wares? Well met, sir. How might I be of service? Always a pleasure.
Here at the inn, I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage both roles myself. But enough about me. Did you need something?
We must rest, though the sun is still... I feel refreshed and ready for a new day.
You're welcome to stay a while. Why not rest your weary feet? Take care. The road... You're welcome to stay a while. This is quite confounding. Look at you. Where you do not fall prey to monsters.
A well-organized pack is my specialty. I'll see to it your burdens are shared between us pawns.
I'll carefully conserve my strength and endeavor to survive every battle by way of sound strategy and defensive tactics.
I pray my efforts aid your cause.
Leave the finding of equipment-enhancing materials to me, Master. I shall...
My talents lie in combining materials, and I'll use those in my possession.
You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour of need, Master. Knowing when to use curatives is my specialty.
I dare say, I've accomplished a few feats to be proud of at least.
Are you fit to travel? Then let's not dawdle.
My talents lie in combining materials, and I'll use those in my possession to craft things for you in my spare time. 'Tis a pleasure to meet you. A well-organized pack is my specialty. I'll see to it your burdens are shared between us pawns. I pray my efforts aid your cause. At least I go knowing I fought to the best of my ability. 'Twill be an honor to serve by your side. A troubling rumor has reached my ears, and methinks I ought to share it. 'Tis said there is an illness fools can contract beyond the rift that inflicts unspeakable harm on those around them. As it progresses, the pawn gradually loses all self-control, and in time will even cease to heed the Arisen's commands. How terrible. We shall have to be alert for signs of the sickness among our number.
This ox cart's bound for Burnworth. I'll need to see some coin before I let you on. What to do?
Time to hit the sack.
You're gonna regret it.
Have at it.
Let my magic imbue your weapons with the fury of the elements.
It seems we have arranged that to go.
Might we not use the range to our advantage?
Of course. What about the being drenched?
My curative magics are at your disposal. Wait.
No. It is one of the targets my own master. I should like to see it done. Lend me a hand.
Focus. A moment of indecision may spell our mood.
These fiends are only truly defeated when their skulls are smashed beyond repair.
We want to make them their fairliest crack.
The tide of battle is turning instantly. Let us send them quickly.
I sustain yours to win. Tis done. Thank you, Elizabeth. I'm overjoyed to have completed the task of my well said.
I've just recalled. I found a treasure chest near here during my travels beyond the rift. May I show you to its location? Pray, follow me. I know the way, so there's no chance of our getting lost.
Are you trying to piss me off?
I'll gut you and feed you your... Entrails.
It's just another way to save your own skin.
No shame in letting down your hair now and then.
Ah, here we are. The ox cart made it without too much trouble.
Mayhap we can employ a cart for our next journey.
Sometimes I wonder if I'm cut out for this.
Always doing about a dozen things at once.
I'll gladly stay a while.
Can't stand much more of this.
Lots to do.
What should I do?
Ain't nothing but trouble over here. I end up.
I fear this foe may be beyond our abilities at present.
A battle with little hope of victory is best left unfought.
I must confess, I've not yet. I'm far more intrigued by this god's sway. 'Tis rare enough. I must, yet I'm far more intrigued.
By your leave, Arisen.
What should I do?
Materials, eh? I shan't deny. They have their uses.
The hours seem to fly.
Got to sweep and dust before I think of supper.
I walk hunt, but I know how to swim. Not sure why I'm patrolling, if I'm honest.
We shall remain here.
Let's take it easy today.
Such quiet practice up there. I'd sooner stay out of that, very possible. Minute now. My sense getting cold.
Though I cannot be sure how 'twill aid us, and should you learn something, would you be truly? Then my mother and this man are... My thanks for looking into this. Alas, I had hoped 'twould be of greater use to our cause. Whence did the sovereign arise? Pray, take care if you travel to Batar. I know not what to do.
I'm bloody starving.
get all my troops here.
I'm just grateful I get to live a quiet life.
Would that all my days were so tranquil. Quiet at last. I'm in it now.
Shall we see how Har village fares of late, Master? Pray, allow me to show you the way. A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
So this is where you were, Master. I searched high and low for you.
Do take care not to stray so far next time.
There's a ladder here.
We ought to put it to good use.
You have my fullest confidence. The permit is intended for a beastren, which is to say, your majesty shall have to act the part of one. Is there aught else you would speak of, your majesty? Do not forget that we work to serve the citizenry.
Shall we get some rest then?